Identifying the first true rock and roll record is an almost impossible. But you can't go wrong quoting this man's 1951 chess recording of Rocket 88, a fundamental piece of rock's interesting history with all the essential ingredients firmly in place, including almost indecipherable lyrics about automobiles, drink, and women. The centerpiece of today's video is all about Jackie Brenston. Before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push the notification bell to be sure you won't miss on any more uploads. Now without further ado, let's cue that intro. Born on August 24th, 1930 in Clarksdale, Mississippi, Brenston lied about his age by adding 2 years in order to join the Navy after World War II. After being discharged, he returned to Mississippi and took up the saxophone, which he learned to play in 1947 from a local musician named Jesse Flowers. "I had a $30 horn with a hole in it. I plugged the hole with chewing gum," Brenston said. Soon after, he met local pianist Isaiah Luther Ike Turner, who was putting together his own band. After some personnel changes, the Kings of Rhythm had a somewhat consistent lineup: Johnny O'Neill on vocals, Raymond Hill on tenor sax, Jackie Brenston on baritone sax, Willie Kazart on guitar, Willie Sims on drums, and Ike Turner on piano. They quickly had a full work schedule, performing at clubs and dances across the region's tiny villages. B.B. King was pleased by the group's performance in Chambers, Mississippi in early 1951 and recommended them to Sam Phillips' Memphis recording service, where King was recording at the time. Phillips had not yet established his Sun Records company. Another year would pass before the first Sun record was released. But he'd been running a recording studio for about a year, producing and licensing records. And on March 3rd, 1951, Rocket 88 was recorded in the studio located at 706 Union Avenue in Memphis.
Hey, baby, we'll ride in style, moving all along.
Though Brenston claimed authorship of Rocket 88, he based it on a tune in the band's repertoire, Cadillac Boogie, which Jimmy Liggins recorded for Specialty in 1947. In the lyrics, Brenston replaces the Cadillac with the new Oldsmobile Rocket Hydromatic 88. The Kings of Rhythm's vocalist, Johnny O'Neill, had recently signed with King Records, so Ike Turner picked Brenston as the group's new singer. The first 2 tracks cut during the historic session were performed by Ike himself, with Brenston on alto sax. Then Jackie put down his trumpet and delivered 3 songs: Rocket 88, Come Back Where You Belong,
Come home.
and Independent Woman.
Spirit woman, love you, baby, just can't help myself.
During the journey from Clarksdale, guitarist Willie Kazart's equipment fell off the roof of the car, damaging the speaker cone. Rather than drowning out Kazart's distorted guitar sound, Sam Phillips took a gamble and over-amplified it, making it the focal point of the rhythm track. Phillips ran off dubs following the session and delivered them to the Chess Brothers in Chicago the same night. Chess published the group's 2 singles in mid-April. The singles featuring Turner's vocals were credited to Ike Turner and Kings of Rhythm on the labels. However, much to Ike's disappointment, the other song was billed to Jackie Brenston and his Delta Cats. Rocket 88 entered the R&B charts in May 1951, peaked at #1 in June for 5 weeks, and eventually became the year's second best R&B song. It launched a wilder wave of rock and roll. It fueled Sam Phillips' desire to launch his own label, and it prompted Ike Turner and Jackie Brenston to split up after one more session in July, where to follow up. My Real God Rocket was recorded.
When you see my rocket come fooling in, don't ask me where I'm going, just wonder where I've been. I'm a real
The success of Rocket 88, which Turner believed was really his success, got to Brenston's head, and he left for a while and created his own group. The third Chess single by Brenston, Independent Woman, was the final recording from the first session and was released with Juice, which was billed to Brenston but was really sung by Billy Love.
If you get high, come go home with me. Well, if you get
Ike Turner defected to the BRE Brothers Modern RPM labels, while Sam Phillips continued to record Brenston with his new band. Chess released Brenston's duet Edna McCraney, Hi Ho Baby, in January 1952.
Our old-time movies was across the track, but television went and brought them back.
In 1953, Starvation was released as the final instrumental Chess record. Then, less than 2 years later, Brenston's journey came to an end. His recordings did not sell. In 1953, he joined Lowell Fulson's band as a saxophonist and worked with Fulson intermittently until 1955. Then, humiliated and exhausted, he was brought back into the fold by Ike Turner, where he remained until the early 1960s, when Turner finally began to have hits with the aid of Tina. Though he recorded with the Kings of Rhythm over those years, Brenston's vocal appeared on just 2 of the band's numerous federal singles. He was relegated to being Ike Turner's baritone saxophonist. Turner let Brenston sing a few songs when the band performed in public, but he prevented him from singing Rocket 88. By this time in Jackie's life, he had developed a severe drinking problem. He released 2 last solo singles for Sue Records in 1961, while still with the Kings of Rhythm. In the 60s, he played in a variety of bands before working as a truck driver in the 70s. Jackie Brenston, who was remembered as a miserable drunkard, was nearly forgotten when he passed of a heart attack in late 1979. He passed at the Kennedy VA Hospital in Memphis at the age of 49. In an interview, he delivered his own epitaph, "I had a hit record and no sense." Jackie was immortalized for singing lead on one of rock's most storied singles. Brenston's career suffered immeasurably as a result of the inter-band fallout from receiving lead credit for the #1 hit, and though he released other records, he largely vanished once the flurry of interest in that record subsided. Now, before we go, I have a question for you all. What is your favorite song by Jackie Brenston?